center point, if I go through through that center point and the vanishing point, if I draw a projection line up, I can locate where the circle would touch the square there and right there. Okay. Then through the center again with a nice horizontal line, I can locate the point here and here. Okay. So if I were looking at it completely in plan, I just located this point and this point, that point, and that point. Okay. And if I have a square, say it's 42 by 42 inch, and I knew that circle did fit in that, the circle would touch those 4 points, right? Then I could sketch it in with relative accuracy a circle within that square. To help us get a little bit more accurate, like I mentioned, finding the center of the space or the square by drawing a T and an X, we can actually find these points as well, and that can help us plot the circle in perspective. Right? We have 4 points now, but we can actually find 4 more. And just kind of a rule of thumb is from the center to the corner, say that's 1 increment. Okay, a third of that would be the distance from this point to this point, and then 2/3 of that would be the rest. Okay, and you don't have to measure this, you can just kind of eyeball it, and that can really help you plot these points out. So if I take a look at the shape in perspective, and I look at the lower right hand quadrant, and I look at this diagonal line, if I divide that into thirds and find where 2/3 is, I can more or less make a point there. I can do the same thing here in the upper right hand quadrant, the same thing upper left, and then the lower left. Okay, so now within my square, I actually plotted 8 points. Okay, and now I can go in and sketch in a circle connecting those points. And that will create the footprint of the circle cable. You can do the same thing with an oval, but it's obviously easy to take baby steps and start with circle. Okay, so how do we get the height, right? If you remember, we need to project back to the back wall where the floor meets the back wall. Okay, so the outside edge here, we can mark a point there, and height, we'll do it. Well, sorry, we'll do it from this side as well. Okay, and then we know the height is 15 inches. So we can eyeball this as well. We know that one grid line up is a foot, and then we need 3 inches. So a quarter of that second grid line would be 3 inches. Okay, so if we go vertical above that, we can kind of estimate where that 15-inch mark would be. Okay, and then from that point, we can go from the vanishing point and project back down, and that'll give us a line that is 15 inches within the space, 15 inches high within the space. Okay, find 15 inches on this side as well. And then project that down. And then what I recommend is doing another square. So about 15-inch height. And you can do that by pulling a vertical line up from the outermost corners. Right? So if we take vertical line up to where it hits our projection line, there's 15 inches high. Okay, and then it's just a matter of connecting the dots, so to speak, right? In the lower right-hand corner, go up. And then you can see here how we create the kind of top. Or I'll do this dashed as well. Created the top portion of our table. Okay. Then we can do the same. We can do the same exercise with the X and the T for the top, and then just go ahead and basically project this circle in perspective on the floor, project that up 15 inches. Okay. Another thing we could do is take the points that we took the 4 points on the outsides of the square and project that vertically until it hits that upper plane that we just created, and mark those 4 points. Up above. Okay. And then we can come in and kind of sketch that cylinder, the top of the cylinder here. To top, right? And then if we were to connect the outermost sides, and if I shade this in, we just drew a 42-inch diameter cylinder that's 15 inches high. Okay, and then looking at, and I'll use a different color here. Looking at the image in specification of the actual table, we can see that there's kind of a ring around the bottom. Right, it sits on the floor. So I'll just go ahead and sketch that in. Okay. And there's a bit of a frame around the top that the stone piece sits on. I'll draw that in with a little bit of thickness to it. Okay. We can draw that top piece. Complete that ellipse. Okay. And then you can see that the front of it has a vertical piece like that, and then there's a couple legs that come down and connect with that